Hi everyone, it's Miss Debbie with NACOG Head Start. And remember yesterday we started reading the book Dr. Seuss's Sleep Book. We got halfway through it. It's a long book, so we put a bookmark in and we're going to finish the story now. So get ready. I'm taking the bookmark out and we will start our story from where we left off. What do we have here? Sleepwalking, too, are the curious Crandalls who sleepwalk on hills with assorted-sized candles. The Crandalls walk nightly in slumbering peace, in spite of slight burns from the hot, dripping grease. The Crandalls wear candles because they walk far, and if they wake up, want to see where they are. Ooh, does that seem very safe, walking in your sleep with a candle on your head? Please don't ever try that at home. This is all make-believe, okay? Now the news has arrived from the Valley of Vale that a Chippendale mutt has just bitten his tail. There's the Chippendale mutt. A mutt. Is that a real word? Which he does every night before shutting his eyes. Such nipping sounds silly, but really it's wise. He has no alarm clock, so this is the way. He makes sure that he'll wake up at the right time of day. His tail is so long he won't feel any pain till the nip makes the trip and gets up to his brain. In exactly 8 hours, the Chippendale mutt will at last feel the bite and yell, "Ouch!" and wake up. A Mr. and Mrs. J. Carmichael Crocs have just gone to bed near the town of Fort Knox. There they are. And they, by the way, have the finest of clocks. I'm not at all sure that I quite understand just how the thing works with that one extra hand. But I do know this clock does one very slick trick. It doesn't tick-tock. How it goes is tock-tick. That's backwards. So with ticks in its talker and tocks in its ticker, it saves lots of time and the sleepers sleep quicker. They're sleeping just fine. What a fine night for sleeping, from all that I hear. It's the best night for sleeping in many a year. They're even asleep in the Zweiback Motel, and people don't usually sleep there too well. The beds are like rocks, and as everyone knows, the sheets are too short. They won't cover your toes. So if people are actually sleeping in there, it's a great night for sleeping. It must be the air. Look at all of them. Do you see their feet sticking out of the sheets? Because the sheets aren't long enough to cover them. Kind of silly. It's a great night for Snorers. I just had a report of some boys who are tops in this musical sport. The snortiest snorts in all of our fair land are Snorter McPhail and his Snort-a-Snort band. This band can snort Dixie in Old Swanee River so loud it would make 40 elephants shiver. The loudest of all is of the boys is McPhail. He snores with his head in a 3-gallon pail. So they snore in a cave 20 miles out of town. If they snored closer in, they would snore the town down. They must be very loud snorers. Do you know who's asleep out in Funa Laguna? 2 very nice Funa Laguna Babuna. We've added them into our Who's Asleep count, which has grown to a really amazing amount. Are you ready for this? Exactly 8,808 creatures are sleeping now. Isn't that great? Are you one of them? Are you asleep yet? A Jed is in bed, and the bed of a Jed is the softest of beds in the world, it is said. He makes it from pom-poms he grows on his head, and he's sleeping right now on the softest of fluff, completely exhausted from growing the stuff. We can't even hardly see him. Can you find him? Oh, there he is, sleeping right up there on top of all of the fluff. The news has come in from the district of Doft that two oft are asleep and they're sleeping aloft. And how are they able to sleep off the ground? I'll tell you, I weighed one last week and I found that an oft is so light he weighs -1 pound. Look, they're so light, they're floating. Wonder how many are sleeping now. A moose is asleep, he is dreaming of moose drinks. A goose is asleep, he is dreaming of goose drinks. That's well and good when a moose dreams of moose juice, and nothing goes wrong when a goose dreams of goose juice. But it isn't too good when a moose and a goose start dreaming they're drinking the other one's juice. Moose juice, not goose juice, is juice for a moose, and goose juice, not moose juice, is juice for a goose. So when goose gets a mouthful of juices of mooses, and moose gets a mouthful of juices of gooses, they always fall out of their beds screaming screams. So I'm warning you now, never drink in your dreams. Speaking of dreaming, I think you should note that the Bumble Tub Club is now dreaming afloat. Every night they go dreaming down Bumble Tub Creek, except for one night, every third or fourth week, when they stop for repairs, because their bumble tubs leak. But tonight they're afloat, full of dreams, full of bliss, and that's why I'm bothering telling you this. At the fork of a road in the Vale of Vavood. Let me try that again. It's a tongue twister. At the fork of a road in the Vale of Vavood, 5 foot-weary salesmen have laid down their load. All day they've raced round in the heat at top speeds, unsuccessfully trying to sell zizzer-zoof seeds, which nobody wants because nobody needs. Tomorrow will come, they'll go back to their chore, they'll start on the road, zizzer-zoofing once more. But tonight they've forgotten their feet are so sore, and that's what the wonderful nighttime is for. Have you ever played so hard that you went to bed and you didn't even remember that you played so hard and you were sore? Everywhere creatures have shut off their voices, they've all gone to bed in the beds of their choices. They're sleeping in bushes, they're sleeping in crannies, some on their stomachs and some on their I'll let you fill that in. See if you can make something rhyme. They're peacefully sleeping in comfortable holes, some even on tufted barbershop poles. The number of sleepers is now past the millions. The number of sleepers is now in the billions. They're sleeping on steps, and on strings and on floors, in mailboxes, ships, and the keyholes of doors. Every worm on a fishhook is safe for the night. Every fish in the sea is too sleepy to bite. Every whale in the ocean has turned off his spout. Every light between here and Farfoodle is out. And now adding things up, we are way beyond billions. Our who's asleep score is now up in the zillions. $99,000,000,9,000,000,002 creatures are sleeping. So how about you? When you put out your light, then the number will be 99,000,000,9,000,003. Good night. All right, my friends. Dr. Seuss's sleep book was pretty funny. It was full of some nonsense words, Remember the Biffer-Bomb birds? Those are like made-up words. There's no Biffer-Bomb birds in the world, unless you're in Dr. Seuss's world. So there were lots of rhyming words in this book. Seeds, needs, more, chore. He wrote a lot of funny learning books like this with lots of rhyming words. We will talk more about Dr. Seuss in the near future. He has a birthday in March, so you'll be hearing a lot about him. But until then, maybe you could go check out some books at your local library, either Dr. Seuss's or some other books. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm feeling a little sleepy myself now. I need to go take a nap. I'll see you again soon, friends. Bye.
Your local library may have this book available for checkout. Remember to read every day. Happy reading!